Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. As you all know that my name is Bokola. Yeah, this is another afternoon. So we are still on the topic I introduced last week, medical coding. Last week I explained CPT, how we can use 5-digit numeric codes to describe medical procedure and service performed by the healthcare providers. Yeah. So this week I'm here to explain how we can use a CD, that is International Classification of Disease, to organize disease into a logical number structure. Yeah, ICD is used actually to organize disease into a logical number structures. Then when we are talking about disease in a medical way doesn't actually mean maybe we're talking about bacteria, fungi, viral infections. So we use the word disease as well to tell things about the injuries, the symptoms, the abnormal findings, and reason for contact with healthcare service. So we use disease as well to explain the reason why someone needs to come to an healthcare place or need an healthcare service. So this morning now, so let's do a question together. Why we use ICD to explain ICD code to explain the abnormality disease that's been carried out by the provider. Let's go. Let's look at question number 5. We have a patient represents with severe cold, persistent runny nose, sore throat, and mid fever. Yeah. The provider's final assessment is an acute upper respiratory infection, unspecified. Then find the correct ICD-10 CM code in the options given. Yeah, let's go. So we will open our aabc.com. Then it's being opened. Though we go like this. So our index we go like this. So our index is actually, I copy it all. Our index is actually acute respiratory infection. So when I searched it, it brought out many things like this. But what we're actually searching for is acute upper respiratory infection, unspecified. Then here we have JO1 acute sinusitis, so JO2 acute pagnitis, then acute tonsillitis, then JO6, J06, we have acute upper respiratory infection of multiple and unspecified sites. Did you see that? Then we click it like this because whenever you see plus signs like this, it explains that there is still more for you to find out under it. So me, I don't bother to search for or know what is actually, because what I'm actually looking for is the acute upper respiratory infections. Yeah, and it's here already. So I click on it like this. Then what I'm actually searching for is acute upper respiratory infection unspecified. Then you see JO6.0. You see this is nothing. But look now, we have JO6.9, acute upper respiratory infection unspecified. You see, very clear and direct, no stress. So I'll go back to my question. Where do I have JO6.9? You see, option A. We have JO6.9. So this is our final answer. Yeah, this is our final answer. So this is how we can use, very direct and straightforward. This is how we can use ICD to decode and to code a disease or injury, symptoms, abnormal, and all things that's been carried out. The reason a patient needs to visit or need an healthcare service. Till next time that you hear from me, I love you all. Please do it to just subscribe and follow for more. Bye.